And I'm back, baby.
He's back.
It's me.
It's Thaddeus. For those of you who don't know, why don't you introduce yourself?
So, listen up, people. I don't know how many of you have been listening to the show, but you may have noticed that I haven't been on in a couple weeks.
It's because he died. He's dead.
And I did die, but what happened was I had to watch the new season of Rick and Morty, so I came back to life.
That's true.
Which brings us to our next topic. We have a guest, but we're not going to introduce him. We're going to straight into the Rick and Morty talk here. But anyway, so what did you think of the new season?
Loved it, hated it, and loved it.
All right. Okay.
In that order?
Yeah.
Whoa, who's this guy?
I guess we'll have to find out by context.
All right. So anyway, if you guys recognize his voice, press 1. If you don't, press 2.
What if you vaguely?
I think you're gonna have to go for 5. Press 5 if you're vaguely if you sounds familiar, but you don't know quite who he is. And what do you want to say?
For Spanish, press
okay.
4.
Yeah. For Spanish, press 4. Okay. Well, let's get a little bit of a start over. So, guys, it's me. It's Thaddeus. I'm back. I haven't recorded an episode in like 4 weeks.
4 weeks. It's been. 4
It's crazy.
weeks.
I'm out of practice. I'm out of shape.
Yeah, we
Let me get back into it.
Thaddeus is gone, so I was shooting some episodes with older guests, and then there was a week that I got a flat tire, so I couldn't make it. So it was just stuff after stuff.
Yeah.
But we finally here.
Life happens,
Yeah.
guys. Life happens. Life gets in the way, and yet here we are, as good as ever, even better. Some might say. Actually, I think everyone says that. Yeah. Even better now.
Yeah.
And we have a guest today who you've already heard, and we don't. You guys already know who he is. You guys all pressed 1, so we're not even gonna. We don't even gotta say it.
You already
but
know
you know
who it
what?
is.
All right, go ahead and say it.
You already know who it is.
You already know
Okay,
who it is.
okay.
Come on, guy.
You already. It's like like when you're on SoundCloud listening to someone's mixtape. Like, yeah, you don't know who this is.
No, I know. I don't.
No,
Who is this?
who? I
Who
don't.
are
I'm afraid yeah. But anyway, you want to introduce yourself, or do you think people already know who you are?
I think Jacob's voice is a difficult one to.
Please.
Yeah, it's transcendental in some ways.
It's true.
Whoa.
It is transgendered.
It's well. Yeah. Anyways, can we get to the advice? Because I'm pent up with advice right now.
Wait, advice? This isn't an advice show.
Okay.
This is the advice podcast. Viewers send us their questions and.
I have a penchant for advice currently, and
really
would like to release
some of that to the world.
Yeah.
Totes my goat sketch.
Well, we'll have to translate that advice, that pent-up advice into would you rather questions.
Yeah.
There's not much we can do. I mean, you could advise us on the. Maybe that can be it.
That's what I was
You can
trying to
advise
get
us.
to.
So maybe you can advise us on what we should choose.
Okay.
But
like
you don't even make a decision. You just try to convince us.
Oh, you're the neutral.
You're the
like
you're the mediator.
Got it.
And we'll see if you have an opinion of your own.
All right. So let's dig right into the advice. Do we have a first question?
We do have some.
Season 2 or season 3? Which season of Rick and Morty was better?
I think season 3.
I think season 2.
Oh,
really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Why is that?
Yeah. I don't like continuity.
I see what you're saying.
I don't like the continuity.
So
that
you don't
they
like that
report.
it's story driven now.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think it was always story driven though.
Yeah, but that was always backgrounded, and this last season that was
Foregrounded.
the foreground.
Well, yeah, because Jerry, a main character, was gone.
Mm-hmm.
Technically, and so that makes sense. You saw Rick would do something and then just go back to normal the next episode.
Yeah.
Where this was it's
everything is changing.
Yeah,
and that was what the big middle finger was about the last episode of the 3rd season, which was everything went back to the very start,
and even some ways even a little bit more normal.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because now Beth and Jerry aren't fighting.
Yeah.
They're actual parents now. It's weird. I didn't like it. I hated it. But now you saying that, I'm like, that's they're contrarians at heart. They don't like because
that's what I like about
Dan Harmon was like, I hate my audience. Like you guys are taking it too
which is
far.
good.
Yeah.
I think that's because you guys aren't smart enough to watch Rick and Morty, unlike me.
Isn't that crazy where that's
personnel.
going? Like everyone is like, I started seeing actual posts. Like I thought it was shit posting.
No,
but it's like legit. Like people are like, "Oh, I watch Rick and Morty."
It's funny because at this point,
you
you can't even tell the difference now because it's getting so real.
There was one. It was like, I tell the class I watched Rick and Morty, and in awe they applaud and ask me how I understand its nuanced show and how my intelligence.
There's a lot of copy pastas floating around. That kind of stuff now, though. It's fun. It's fun. They're fun. It's funny to read though because people post them on Facebook and everyone's like, "Oh wow, like this is this what Rick and Morty fans like?" And they don't.
Yeah, that's true. It's so funny. It's so crazy because
it's getting post ironic.
But welcome to Coolio Moolio, the Rick and Morty podcast. This is where we discuss Rick and Morty.
I'm sorry, Rick and Morty fan cast.
The fan cast.
Okay, yeah, sorry, the Rick and Morty fan cast. Thank you.
We got yelled at
and
last
maybe
time.
the Rick and Morty Dan cast.
That's true.
The Rick and Morty Dan Harmon cast.
Yeah. We just talked about Dan Harmon and his marital problems.
Well,
isn't that really?
I didn't know about that.
But wait, whoa! Let's not air his dirty laundry quite yet, because I want to clarify something to let people know what we're getting to.
Tell it.
And then we can. You'll see. I'm going with this. So just so you guys know, this is Coolio Moolio. This is Coolio Moolio, the Would You Rather podcast. Just to clarify, just to give an actual introduction, and you guys are gonna have to forgive me because I'm a little bit rusty. It's been out 4 weeks. Okay, we are your hosts. Let's do an official introduction. I'm Thaddeus. Who are you?
I'm Nicholas.
And then let's get a real introduction out of this guy.
I'm Jacob.
Okay, excellent.
The one and only.
The one and only. So, for those of you who don't know or don't care, or maybe do care but don't know, or vice versa, the new season of Rick and Morty just finished airing, and that's what we're talking about. Yeah. And Nick said he had a lot of stuff to say about it.
Yeah, I have so.
And so we decided we wanted to save some of it for the podcast. So I was curious to hear what that was.
First and foremost, shouts to Dan Harmon. No, but like, do you know there's so many cameos in this show? Like it's kind of just everything. Like like if you look in the back of like one of the episodes, there's like characters resembling someone from Gravity Falls, another show. Yeah. Stuff like that. Like, it's really cute stuff. But a really dark cameo is that Dan Harmon, I guess, he puts himself at the end. There's like an end logo, and it's of him. It's like a caricature of him, and it gets darker every season. And it starts off with him sitting watching TV, and then like the last season was like him kind of looking sad and like slouchy, and then this one is him laying on the floor, like really depressed. And they say it's because like he is going through like a divorce.
Wait, the harmonious claptrap?
Something like that.
It's
like a logo.
Yeah. They're like claymation figures.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Those vanity cards at the end. Because there's Justin Roiland singing.
Yeah.
And then there's the harmonic. Did you get any of that?
Yeah.
And then there used to be a Star Wars Dentistry with "It's a Good Show," and then they have the William Street, the boom, with the street corner.
Yeah, but that's the Dan Harmon logo, like his card. It's like getting darker.
He's harmonious. He's harmonious claptrap.
Well,
harmonious
claptrap. Claptrap, I just think Borderlands.
That's a good point.
Ever played Borderlands?
It is Claptrap.
Well, what's his middle name?
Isn't that what a twist?
Dan Claptrap Harmon.
Whoa! What a twist! You see, you need to be this smart for Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
But fun fact: Claptrap was actually your aide in one of the Borderlands, and then he became the villain in the later.
Why'd you give it away?
Wait,
sorry,
what do you mean he becomes? In which Borderlands?
Borderlands 3, he becomes like the villain.
There's a Borderlands 3?
Yeah. You guys both looked at me like.
Yeah. Wait, what? When did it? When was it released? Are you talking about? Are you talking about You're talking about Borderlands?
It's the pre-sequel.
The pre-sequel, and then Borderlands 2.
Yeah, it's one of those. He becomes the villain.
Are you talking about one of the expansions?
No,
one of the DLCs for Borderlands 2.
It might be. Yeah.
Because there's a DLC called Enter the Claptrap in Borderlands 2, where there's an evil version, sort of. He's called Shadow Trap.
Yeah.
He's not actually Claptrap, though.
No, this is the thing. Because I remember the first Borderlands, there was like a little Easter egg where like you see him like he has like, it's one of those like evil eye shots, and it's like it's a zooming in into Claptrap, and there's like an evil eye. Like it turns and his eye turns red, and it's like, boom, next time,
Because there is, I don't know exactly Shadow Trap's backstory, but he was locked inside Claptrap. inside of Claptrap's like software.
Wait, you played every Borderlands?
I actually haven't played the first and second one as much. Oh, sorry. The End of the Claptrap DLC is for the pre-sequel, the space one.
Yeah.
It's actually one of my favorite one.
So
anyway, let's
welcome to our
welcome to our
Borderlands fan cast. I'm
Borderlands,
Jacob.
Rick and
Mortar
Morty.
like the Borderlands cast.
Morty, Rick
and Mortar.
Rick
Rick
and
and
Borderlands cast.
Blood.
Yes. Welcome to our Brick and Lorder bands cast.
He's dying. Your brain is like exploding.
You can't combine those two.
And I think at this point we're probably ready to finally start the show, guys. Let's say it again. I'll say it one more time for the folks in the back.
Okay.
This is
Say it louder.
the Would You Rather podcast. And
Would you rather?
most of the time, here's what we do, okay? We have people send in questions to cooliomoolioshow@gmail.com. Okay? If you have Would You Rather questions, please send them in. Because we don't have very many. And I think, are you pulling ones from the internet?
Yeah.
All right, well, unless Jacob, do you have any? Did you come up with any from the time that I saw you this morning?
I think I could. You share yours, and I'll think about it.
Okay.
If I want to share the ones I've already come up with.
Okay. So let's go ahead and jump right into it.
What
do we got today?
Okay. Would you rather die if you didn't slap a new person on the butt every 12 hours, or if you didn't kill someone every year?
Easy. Slap.
Butts. Yeah, because here's what I'm thinking. They don't offer the. I mean, I presume that it's unspoken, but they don't say that it can't be you.
Yeah.
I just do my own.
So let's nerf it though.
Oh, I thought you were saying you can't kill yourself.
Oh,
once a year.
Actually, you're done. You're all done. Just one person, one time, one year, and you're done.
It's over. So you can't.
Wait,
but I was talking about the butt one.
Yeah,
you guys.
I get that now, but I thought you were talking about
the killing someone.
How would that work?
What do you mean?
But
what do you mean? So
killing someone, it keeps you alive.
Yeah.
But if you kill yourself, does that sustain you?
Oh, I see where you're going.
So maybe you kill yourself, and that allows you to keep living. But you have to go through the pain of dying, and then you come back to life.
But so we're already talking about something magical, right?
We're talking about something otherworldly, to be sure.
Yes, some specter, some wraith comes to you in the night.
Yes. Banshee, perhaps.
Phantom.
A banshee, like a quiet one, doesn't disturb the neighbors.
Instead of screaming, it's more like...
Yeah, that'd be pretty bad.
Yeah. It's like a whisper.
Wait, are you guys doing Halo references or just ghostly references?
These are already...
Yeah, because they're all... those are all ones that the frickin'... What are they called?
Norwegians?
No. No. Wait, no. Like the elites and the grunts. What is their whole thing? What is their whole race group called?
So welcome
the
to
Covenant. Is it the Covenant?
Welcome to our Halo fan cast. I'm Jacob.
But the Covenant names all of their vehicles after ghost related things. Raid. But anyway, continue. So you're talking about killing yourself and coming back to life because of that.
That's what I'm trying to figure out, right? Because would it be that in the act of you stab yourself in the heart, right?
Yeah.
Like as you pull the knife out, does it regenerate like your heart being stabbed?
So we have to nerf these because those are like the loopholes.
Did you say nerf?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think?
I don't know what that would mean.
Like when you nerf something.
This is lingo commonly used in like the gaming community because like when people come out with a game, right? Obviously, even though they probably tested it, there's gonna be some stuff that's too strong, some stuff that's too weak.
Yeah.
And when you ask the developers, or when the developers make something that's weak stronger, they call that a buff. Or when they make something weaker, they call it a nerf because it's like a nerf, little nerf gun. Who are you gonna hurt with a nerf gun?
That's what I was gonna say. Like, I thought it was common at this point, but I forget people because I've said that before, and people were like, "Nerf gun." So yeah.
But it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So we're trying to. We're not necessarily trying to nerf them.
I mean, we can buff it.
We're trying to sort of get into the nitty gritty of what exactly these options entail.
Yeah. So with the butt one, you can't slap your own butt. That's like the one rule, I guess.
Fine.
Well, you can do it once, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can slap your own butt
because it has to be a new person.
Yeah.
Wait, does it say a new different person?
New different person.
Yeah, let me pull it up.
So you can.
Would you rather die if you didn't slap a new person on the butt every 12 hours?
Okay.
So last resort, you can oh crap, I haven't found anybody in like 10 hours. I got to use my one out and use your own butt that one time.
Now, how about this? Does it have to do different cheeks count as different? No. That's too much. That's too much of a loophole. Yeah. Literally. That's what I'm saying. Hey.
Would you rather fight?
Coolio Moolio.
The thing is, that was really good.
What?
You're Zach Brannigan.
I wasn't even trying to do Zach Brannigan.
Really?
I just came
I
out.
heard Zach Braff.
You're Zach Coolio Moolio. Welcome to the Coolio Moolio Show.
Zach Braff's from Scrubs.
I'm the man with no name. Zach Braff. No, anyway, so you were saying?
Yeah, so with this one, you can't really get too deep with it, though.
Why not?
I mean, because it's like, you're going to be like, well, if I slap, like a butt, does that count as other butt? I'm just saying, like, the whole butt cheek thing. Like,
what if you slapped a butt to death?
So you have both options covered. So just
2 stones one bird.
Oh my gosh.
Would that give you a year and 12 hours?
I solved it.
I guess so.
Well, from what it sounds like, a butt every 12 hours?
That's a lot.
I sleep
and a new
for
person
12
too.
Hours. Like,
and imagine all of the sexual assault charges you might accrue.
But then you're sent in prison and you have all the butts.
Well, you have a very limited number of butts.
You're still going to run out because,
point.
Have you ever seen Arrested Development?
Yeah, there's only.
You remember when they go to visit him?
Yeah.
No touching, touching when they visit Pop in prison.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm watching a lot of Arrested Development lately.
It's a good show. Great show.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's very limited amount of
killing people. Oh my gosh, killing one person a year.
You got 8
That's
billion
gonna be
of
a lot.
those.
That's gonna be a lot. But how are you gonna do it? You can kill. So it kill a person anyway.
Yeah, there's no.
How will hold up in court? You know.
Well, like, how are you gonna prove it to them? Like I killed him because I'm gonna die, and like, is there like a Grim Reaper following you around, or you just die? Like...
No, I think you just die. Like on the day, like 1 year
Whoa,
from.
guys. You combine the two ideas. you become one of those guys who does the lethal injection at the prison.
Oh, that's genius.
And
then I can slap the butts.
Yeah.
This guy's smart.
You got a captive.
This guy, you hella smart.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that is
wicked smart.
Or you could get no, there's a higher barrier to entry, but I'm thinking you could also become. I mean, or maybe not become, but if you're already like a nurse, let's say,
you could be a bad nurse.
Yeah, but or you could be you could be in charge of taking people off life support.
Yeah,
and that way you're indirectly killing them.
That's a good point.
Is there like
or
one
you can Dexter
dude...
it and kill some bad peeps.
Oh, you could become a bounty hunter, maybe.
Yeah,
they don't kill. In America, at least.
My bounty hunter does. So
tell that to Jeffrey.
Yeah, right. Jeffrey has got some words for you. I mean, you might be finding yourself in some sticky situations if you know what I mean.
He throws honey on you.
Oh,
let's just say that.
Does he push you in the honey swamp?
Oh, Rick and Morty reference.
You get stuck in Fruity Land, maybe? Is that what you're saying?
That was so dark.
Do you know that was Thomas Middleditch?
Yeah. I noticed that.
He was,
I'm so happy. I knew when I first saw him, I was like, this guy's going to be something. Because
he's in
Silicon
Valley. Wolf of Wall Street. Was he Wolf of Wall Street? No. No.
He's in those Verizon commercials.
The first time I saw Thomas Middleditch,
he was in a movie. I forget
he was in a Jake and Amir sketch.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we saw him.
Is that the first time you
That's the first time I saw him.
You met our friend.
Yeah.
You met our friend. Well, he was kind of... No, I'm sorry. I'm thinking of Ben Schwartz. Because Ben Schwartz was jumping around. He wasn't just a college humor guy. He was
Yeah. I mean, they were both doing improv, doing improv circuits. I don't know.
I saw Lin-Manuel Miranda first time on.
Oh, yeah. Same. It's actually really crazy when you consider what all the old college humor cast, the things that they went on to do.
Yeah,
it's really crazy.
Dan's doing John Oliver's show.
Yeah, Streeter and Sarah's SNL. Jake and Amir.
They're kind of a grassroots SNL.
Yeah. They have their own podcast network with a lot of old friends from College Humor.
Yeah,
it's like it's crazy.
Well, they're
like,
also working.
Really cool.
I feel like they're still working on a TV show. Like there's just it's crazy. It's the crazy.
So when you it's like interesting because when you think about it, it would be really cool to work for them. It's like our alumni, so to speak, go on to do really great things.
Remember the alumni video?
Which one?
With Sarah and I forgot the guy from her boyfriend and a lot of the
Mike Carnell. Oh no. Oh.
You see what I'm saying?
Dave.
They there was a video
alumni.
of them like because when they quit, they were gone for a year and they came back as like college alum. They're like, we went to college here.
Oh, how old is that now?
That's like 5 years.
It's old, right?
No, 3 years. 3 years.
I don't. I think I saw it, but I don't remember much of it.
It's so like because they're like, oh, we went to college here. Like this is office building. Yeah, we went to college here.
Oh, okay, yeah, that sounds familiar.
But yeah, so
anyway,
tangent and all that.
But that's Thomas Middleditch. We sort of brought it back to Rick and Morty a little bit, but actually, that is actually really good. The lethal injection thing.
Yeah,
that's the loophole right there.
Yeah, there's nothing. I see nothing wrong with that. That's fair play. That's just smart.
I mean,
that's if you can get it.
Can you imagine what must that feel like? To be the person in charge of doing the lethal injection. You're killing people all day.
I don't know that they do it all day.
Well, I do though.
But the thing is, so think about who's on that seat. I'm not like you. There are a lot of cases, I'm sure, of people who are innocent being killed, but for the most part, I feel like you're getting killers and rapists, and like I think Jared Loughner, the shooter from Tucson, he's on.
I thought you were gonna say Jared Leto.
Jared Leto, he's
Leto. Sorry if I say Leto.
Jared Leto, he's on. No, but like you get those kind of people, and so I feel like it's. Not saying it's right or wrong. I'm just saying I feel like it's.
There might be some satisfaction.
I think I would feel more comfortable. I don't know that there is exactly one guy who does this, but doing the life support thing.
Yeah.
Because I think that's just whichever nurse is on that patient.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I heard. Life support.
Case,
it's like I always saw life support through movies where they just pull a plug and it's done. It's a process and it's super depressing.
It's not straight up.
It's not one because a lot of times people are in multiple like support systems.
I can't say out on everything, but the people who I've seen, I had like mutual family friends and like people like that who were pulled off of life support after like a car accident or something. They're in a coma, and it's very depressing. It's very dark, but they basically they pull out their like feeding process, and that's how that so and so person died. They pulled out other stuff, and then their body took the rest.
Because they have a feeding tube.
Yeah.
Sometimes they'll have one or multiple IVs depending on what they need, and then they'll also have like a breathing tube.
Yeah.
Those are like 3 pretty common ones, and you have to take them all out. It's not just one cyst. Like you have to remove one. Remove.
Yeah, like the movie's really like brought this facade of like, okay, it's over, and then you just unplug it. Like it's like a charger.
And then also it makes it sound like they die immediately. It's it's painless, like they're gone.
Yeah.
But when you take someone's breathing, it's like, well, I mean, I guess it depends on how you want to do it. So for some of them, maybe they leave them on and let them.
I'm sure they do it humanely.
It probably depends.
I mean, but how humane can you get with murder? Like,
I don't know.
Would you like? I don't know. Would you feel comfortable doing it? In all honesty, because I say that in this like theoretical like never gonna happen situation.
This is the new would you rather, right? Would you rather be the lethal injection guy or the nurse? Because
it's come to a point where we have decided that we would go with the killing one because the butt one would be too hard, right?
Yeah,
that's not sustainable. We would die pretty quick.
Yeah, and then with the killing, it's just straight.
Oh man!
But that's the thing. Would you? So what would you? Or would you do third option, dog the bounty hunter?
Or wait, but does it also work like this? Can I kill multiple people at the same time and then and then it accumulates? So and I roll over kills.
So. I get my punch card. No, I say it's got it like your timer like pops up and it's like, hey, you better kill someone. Beep beep beep. Yeah.
12 hours remaining.
Yeah.
To kill someone.
Oh, that'd be so meta. Like I just. Not meta, but like it'd just be like weird, like
be crazy.
And you're the only one that knows it. Everyone's gonna like if they find out, you can't be like, oh, the wizard told me I have to kill someone. They're gonna be like, you're crazy and stab.
I think just being a nurse at a major hospital, no matter where you are, you're inevitably going to end up with a patient that's going to die on you.
My girlfriend's dad told me that he's a nurse and he doesn't really necessarily work that much.
He's the beer guy.
Yeah. And he doesn't work that much with dead people, but he told me a lot of death stories. So my assumption is like,
and it also depends on what sort of nurse you are, like, or what wing of the hospital you work in.
Yeah, like
ER, OR.
Yeah.
My roommate's a nursing student. He works in the intensive care unit, and it's like he's only been shadowing for like a month or so, and he's already had someone die like in front of him. So I think if you worked your way into the ICU, got in that wing, I think you'd have a pretty solid shot.
How many people die in the ICU though? Like
a lot.
Oh God.
I mean, yeah, a lot.
That's depressing. That's so dark. Like, and it's just every day.
That's kind of
right?
why they're in the ICU.
Yeah. They just go in there with like the intent of like positive, but like it's so. My assumption is like I know people die every day, but like I can't fathom the idea
Not
that
today.
Not today.
I'm sorry.
Not today. Remember we were talking about like as a West. We were trying to do like voices and like what would a middle aged like Wisconsin woman say like in the villainous lines, but like in her annotation like not today. Like I don't know how I did it. Like
you were doing this earlier.
Yeah, we were like going off. We were trying to do this character like.
That was my topic.
I'm gonna kill you.
My
I can't do it.
This isn't really would you rather, but it's a question I think we're kind of we've kind of danced around a little bit.
Okay.
Is what makes a movie scary?
Yeah.
Like what how do you formulate
like imagine if
a scary situation
6-year-old woman
in a
said those lines from the Joker, you know? Like is it still scary or is it even scarier? This is super random, but it just hit me when we were talking about like,
well, okay, wait. I really like that question, but let's put our foot down on this one. So we would all say we'd rather kill someone.
Yeah.
We'd rather have to go that one, and then which job would you take? You would take ICU.
ICU. It's just
I would try to honestly.
You get desensitized.
I think right? I think I could probably. Well, I'm not sure how the nursing school application works, but I still have a chance. I'll be right back.
He just ran to the UMC hospital.
Okay.
It's not like a cartoon. Yeah, it does.
So I think that would definitely that would be the easiest. I think so. I think we all agree that'd probably be the easiest way.
Yeah.
If you think of one later, I can't think of one.
How about this?
That would be more convenient.
What if I throw something harder? You can. This is just like a quick one-off thing. You can choose the ICU job or whatever, or not the ICU job per se, but you can choose the hospital job. But for some odd reason, this wizard, to make it harder for you, said you can only work at pediatrics.
I mean, same thing though. Like there is a child ICU,
and there is a.
Would you still do it?
I mean, someone's got to.
Yeah.
That's so depressing.
But you gotta think of it too. Like they're not going into work like, oh man, I'm gonna let some kids die today.
Oh, you're still
it's just you're not trying to kill anyone.
Is to help as best as you can, but statistically the odds are not in your favor that you're going to do any marked change in their condition.
Yeah, this was me just trying to make it harder.
And the thing is, like, it's not that you will be doing it on purpose either. It's just part of the job that conveniently fits with this Would You Rather.
Yeah.
Welcome to Coolio Moolio, the Depression Podcast. We're your hosts. Actually, no. You know what? What's the point, guys? I'm not even going to introduce myself at this
go back to
point.
bed.
I think I'm going to, guys, all right. That's it. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Sadness.
All right, so, you know what? This isn't a Would You Rather, but let's talk about it.
So this is a question I lay in bed thinking about all the time. Thinking about bad horror movies and good horror movies. And there are overwhelmingly far less good horror movies than good horror movies.
Yeah.
And I think a major factor in that is the use of jump scares.
Oh yeah.
I think is a big part of it. And the use of music is a really big part of it too. The new It movie I recently saw was very had a lot of jump scares.
Yeah.
It had a lot of opportunities to be very scary.
Yep. That
were thwarted by this like bonging loud
noise
yeah. that was put over the video.
Yeah.
That felt out of place. It felt like I was being duped. It's kind of the horror equivalent of a laugh track a little bit, when there's like this like really dissonant violin screeching. You know what I'm talking about?
It's unfortunately like a trope that like the slashers movie kind of started, and then like the 2000s took it way too far. And now it's just kind of the norm. It's basically like a cheap way. And you both seen Get Out? Have you seen Get Out?
I still haven't seen it.
Oh, the whole movie is building off that psychological fear, which is much more terrifying than like a jump scare. But there's one scene, and everyone complains about this. There is a jump scare, and it's so dumb. It's just a character walks by the camera, no relevance, you never see anything like that in the movie, and it really killed the movie for me. Like, I loved it, but, like, I think about that scene, it's like, you know how to, like, they were trying to pander to that audience who are used to, like, getting spooked, you know?
There's a similar thing happened with Citizen Kane. I don't know if either of you have seen it.
Citizen Kane.
But there's this famous moment where randomly there's just a cockatiel overlaid on a scene, and it goes, and supposedly the producer of the film told Orson Welles that his movie was too boring and that people were going to fall asleep by that point in the film. So they forced him to add in this screeching cockatiel that has there's no relevance. Yeah, there's no cockatiel in the whole movie. Yeah. But for like this 1 second, there's a screech and a cockatiel, and you're like, whoa, why?
Yeah. I remember that. I remember seeing that. I didn't think about it too much. Because it's like, you know, I saw it in a film class. You're watching it like, oh, it's a cinematic masterpiece.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's funny. I never knew that. I never knew that. That's crazy.
Interesting. Wow.
Horror movies are sucked. Like at this point.
But like for example, what is the best horror movie you've ever seen? Or maybe it's not even horror genre. What's the scariest movie?
Well, so that the beauty, like horror this is my go-to. Okay. I can wax poetic about like the genres about it. The best horror movies are the ones that pick at your true fear, or sometimes they're not even under the horror idea. So a terrifying movie is something like Exorcist, which is just a fantastic film. But then you get something like Hannibal Lecter's The Silence of the Lambs. That's not necessarily a horror, but I would put that in my horror list any day.
I ate his liver.
See, that's
some fava beans and a nice candy. I've never seen the movie.
You're supposed to say you did that really well.
No, but I've actually never seen it. I had I don't know why. I had a soundboard on my old iPod Touch because I really liked having like just these random soundboards.
Yeah. And
I found a Hannibal Lecter one, and I would always click that one, the fava beans one, because I really like the way he delivered the line.
Yeah, yeah. He did it fantastic.
But I never saw the movie.
It's amazing. It's such a great film, and like that's so weird how you did that so well.
Is that how he sounds?
He sounds, yeah.
Because I don't know. I listened to that line. I just would listen to it. But anyway, wait. Sorry, you were saying like Silence of the Lambs is a good example.
Yeah, Silence of the Lambs. But then again, it depends what you're going into. Like when I went to it, I took it as like any other scary movie, and I went out happy because when I see like I get hyped for movies like Annabelle Creation, Ouija 2, The Return of Ouija, Waluigi, like whatever those dumb, stupid, scary movies are. Mm-hmm. It's like you go in with the same mindset you go to a haunted house with. Mm-hmm. You know, if you want a film that you can be critical with, you go watch something like Mother. That's the most recent one I can think of. Like
you want to get spooked though.
Yeah, and that movie will do that to you. Like the last 30 minutes, there's no jump scares. It's people killing.
Whoa.
I shouldn't.
I
shouldn't
no,
spoil it. Sorry, it just came out.
Oh no!
But it's like really dark ideas or really dark. Like someone said it best, and there was like this Reddit horror film thing I was reading, and they were saying the best horror films are the ones that are real, the ones that you can like. No one's scared of zombies. You're scared of the idea of communism. So let's make a movie where, or like when Dawn of the Dead was made, he needed like an allegory for like he needed
airplane mode.
He needed like an allegory for like how we're just dead. Like the zombies are going somewhere where they're used to, and they're just living their life as zombies. We're already zombies. He's basically saying. So it was like a deeper meaning. So that's why I like horror, because you use that like
symbolism.
Scary, yeah. because no one you can't go up to someone and straight up say like death. What does that mean? So you represent it through something else. You know, exorcism was like the fear of like a new age going in. People were like losing their religious ideas. There's always stuff like that in good horror movies.
Have you guys? This isn't a horror movie, really per se. It's more like a thriller sort of. Have you guys ever seen Sphere?
No,
is that the one
but have you seen Cube?
I have seen.
I love Cube.
I have seen Pyramid,
Yeah,
but not Cube.
Cube is great.
Wait, is that actually a movie?
Yeah.
Wait,
Cube is one of my
Oh, is it the
favorite.
one where
What is it
it's
called?
like a box they go into?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, what happens? Is it a horror movie?
Yeah.
Oh,
Is it the one with the bald guy?
wait, this is
I
so
think
funny.
there
I
is
thought
a
you were
guy.
joking.
No.
Wait, Cube. They go into this crazy psycho's mind.
So I'll just like
Synopsis?
give you a quick synopsis real quick. So I think it's like 5 strangers get put into a cube, which turns out to be a sort of pseudo-governmental project that nobody knows why it exists or nobody knows what it does or how it got made. But every department of the government, every like subcontractor, like weapons contractor, got put into this. The idea is kind of like transcendental nihilism.
Yeah.
That there's no reason why anything happens, and we fill something with meaning for its own sake without there being any meaning in it. So like the whole time the characters in the cube are getting like tortured by like random like lasers cutting them up and like swords coming out of the walls and cutting them. They're like, what does it mean? Like, why are we here? And ultimately the answer is like, there's no answer. It just kind of through the machinations of government created this system that created this cube thing that has no reason to exist, but they put people in it to give it a reason to exist.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's scary.
Yeah.
That's terrifying.
Yeah.
Like a monster chasing you, that's scary, but like that's something that will haunt you.
But it also gets away with being like Saw level gore.
Yeah. Oh, that's true. So you can pander to that audience.
Yeah. So
Interesting.
It's pandering on 2 levels.
See, that's kind of the way, like, the beauty of horror is that you have to work on that level. Like, Evil Dead was a movie, innovative, amazing. It's a cinematic masterpiece when you find out the behind the scenes. Because there's shots, it's like, yeah, whatever. But they literally put stuff on sticks and, like, rammed it through a window. And, like, no one ever thought about doing a shot like that in that, like, low-budget way. So that's, like, the beauty of, like, horror, because you hear a lot of these stories. Actually, there was something that kind of talked about horror that I took a picture about.
Wait, well, while you're looking that up, Sphere, have you guys ever... It was first a Michael Crichton book. Did you ever read any of his stuff?
No.
You know who Michael Crichton is?
I've heard his name. What's
He wrote Jurassic Park.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
No, I've never
read
read
it.
He wrote the original. Yeah. And he also wrote... I'm pretty sure it was him. I'm pretty
Yes,
positive
that
it
is
was him,
correct.
yeah. And he wrote a lot of books. It's really interesting. His genre is like... It's I guess you would call it sci-fi. But it's not as like fantastical as a lot of sci-fi is. It's like very like... I don't know. It's like very like gritty sci-fi.
Yeah.
And Sphere was about like an underwater expedition. And it's sort of like, again, like I don't really know if I call it horror, but it really freaked me out because, like, you know how you're saying like, oh, like what's scary is like real stuff, right?
Yeah.
Reality is scary.
Yeah.
I don't know where this comes from, but I've always had a fear of like the open ocean. That's
Same.
really terrifying to me. It's like have you ever heard of thalassophobia? There's a whole subreddit for it. It's basically fear of like deep open waters.
Yeah.
Well,
it's terrifying. You don't know have you seen that picture? It's like this. You can see this girl's foot, and like there's a big eye right below her, and people are like, "Is that like a statue?" And like what is that? And you find out it's a whale. The whale is like I'll try to find it.
Okay.
Would you want to see it?
No, I'm sure I can imagine it. Well enough. But
he's already not going in the ocean. So
stuff like when you like can see like the outline of like a shipwreck or something, like below the water, like that kind of stuff freaks me out. It's very weird.
No, but that's fair.
But like Sphere sort of plays on some of that stuff because they're like at the bottom of the ocean, they're doing this they're like doing research or something, and they find this big sphere, in like some like vessel that they find underwater, and the whole thing is like weird things start happening underwater, and it's like. And it plays on a lot of these like themes that are scary to people, like isolation, right? They're at the bottom of the ocean. They don't have any support. Yeah. The unknown, just because they're doing research on, they're like trying to find stuff or whatever, and they don't know what's around them. And like darkness, of course, at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
And then like this weird sphere. It's like the inexplicable. Yeah. It's like like are these things related? Is this weird sphere?
Yeah.
And these weird things that are happening around us, like. Are they related? Like, there's like a giant squid too. It's like, was this coming about because of the sphere? Like, what?
Yeah,
like all these like, and it's very like, I don't know, jarring. It's a very like jarring movie, and maybe it wouldn't be as scary if I saw it now because I watched it when I was a little younger. But, but I don't know. That's sort of a random example, but I really like that one because it's not horror per se.
Yeah,
but it ends up kind of like. Gripping you a little bit.
That scares you more than like any horror movie you've seen. Like,
what about The Conjuring?
It's a fun, scary movie,
Yeah.
I think just discussing the plots of these movies has made me sort of refine my theories on what makes things scary.
Yeah.
So I think there are multiple tactics, but they kind of feed into the same the same goal. And one aspect of that is exploiting some aspect of fragility. Like, there's no more fragile state you can reach on Earth than going
deep in the
ocean.
Yeah.
Like, there are an infinite number of ways that your craft could get crushed.
Goosies.
Yeah. I just thought of something else. Very, very similar to what you're saying.
Okay, and I think like with Hannibal Lecter, that's sort of a subversion of something that's safe.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You assume with somebody who's intelligent, who's well-read, that they would be virtuous.
Yeah.
Whereas he's kind of so intelligent that he goes the other way into vice.
Yeah.
And so it's a subversion of an expectation of innocence.
Yeah.
So the expectation
is
the fragile as well.
Well, it's case by case too. Like from my understanding, like if you showed me Sphere, I don't think I would be as afraid of it as you. But my biggest fear is constant nightmares is paralyzed. If I'm paralyzed,
bro,
that's like I'm terrified because I woke up in sleep where I couldn't move. Yeah. And that ever since then I'm like, nope, never again. I'm not gonna go to sleep. Like that's how terrified I am.
Speaking of, I went into watching. I think it was like Insidious 3 or something. Yeah. But there was a scene,
the one with the leg, right?
Yeah. There was a girl who had she had a cast on or something. She couldn't move.
Yeah.
But there was this scene where
she's in a room, right?
She's in a room. She falls on the floor from the bed.
Oh, wait, I don't know if I saw. I thought I saw this.
And the monster or whatever he is, I don't remember. He comes walking. He opens the door, walks in, walks all the way around the bed, and all you can see is his feet, and you can hear his feet hitting the ground. And what was so scary about that was how much time it gave it and how quiet it was.
Because it's like a 5-minute scene. Yeah. There's no cutting, no music. It's just
it's just
it's all cartoon.
So that too kind of subverted an expectation of the monster's gonna run in and grab her, but it was a subversion of that expectation because he walks in, takes his leisurely time getting to her.
He closes the door and then he closes her laptop.
And then he wrestles with her in a way that you don't expect a horror movie to do because typically it's just scream and then cut, and then you come back to her and she's all beat up or whatever. But they showed him coming in and wrestling with her.
Well, and they kept it vague too, because that's another key point. A lot of directors, they hate the final acts of their movies because you have to show the monster, and that's where you're it's just a giant blob with 6 appendages out of nowhere. Like that's when it becomes like not scary. You see the monster and you're like, okay, it's creepy.
And that's why the first Paranormal Activity got so popular.
Exactly.
Why it took off so much. It never showed anything.
And like your mind has to fill in that gap. Your mind's your best and worst enemy. Like it'll fill in that like that gap of like, what is it? Oh, it's this. And the only thing that's scarier than what your mind can think of is nothing. Your mind will think of the worst because it pertains to you and you know your worst.
But I think even behind that is the exploitation of fragility, because the unknown is something
inherently
that it's inherently a threat to you.
Yeah.
It's not simply the unknown, but it's how it relates to you.
Yeah.
And you know what's really interesting? You know what else relies on the subversion of expectations? Comedy.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Dang.
That's good.
That's crazy that it's so...
All right, guys, good night. That's it for us. We'll see you next week. No, I'm just kidding. But, yeah, it's really... It's interesting hearing us talk about this stuff. And then, it's like, what else relies on that as its main mechanism?
It's like comedy.
Mm.
A lot, right? Like everything relies on that.
Well, I think...
Name everything.
I think comedy and fear are
Clams.
more inextricably linked than for example, like
comedy and tragedy, right? That's the old trope is that.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Comedy
and if
tragedy plus time equals comedy.
And if tragedy isn't a form of horror, well then my name isn't Billy Bob.
Well, you know what's crazy, Bill Bob Thornton.
Billy Bob Thornton.
The crazy thing about that is that here two topical things. The shooting in Vegas is like another big fear of mine. Like when I go to a movie theater, I'm always checking.
Yeah,
same.
My
That's a fragility.
Yeah, and then to second that, the best to make things like feel better, there's that comedy. Like the people who bring out like the controversial topics and make it like a joke makes you kind of feel better about it. You know what I mean? So that's they write that like same. You know.
One more thing about the whole fragility thing, and the reason I got those goosebumps a little while back is because you're talking about fragility, and you were using my example of sphere and being underwater, like isolated from like the world or whatever. And guess what else has a big stake in the horror film like industry, and
virginity.
Is a common environment? No, it's a common environment for horror movies.
Yeah,
outer space.
It's
the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And there's so many. When you think about it, there's so many horror movies that play on this like cabin in the woods, right, away from people, alone.
But that's a double-edged sword.
On a whatever, like you don't have, it's not in a normal thing, and that's why things that happen in homes, like Insidious, Paranormal Activity, whatever, it has to, like whatever is there, it has to be unknown and more powerful than you.
Yep.
Because that's the only way you can be fragile.
Yeah.
Or one of the only ways you can be fragile in your own.
Well, it sucks because it's your own place, and you're like, this is my safe haven. Yeah. And it's a double-edged sword because
not a
lot of people.
Okay, sorry. That's kind of a combination of the two, right?
Yeah.
It's a subversion
of the expectation
of being safe.
That you're safe in your house.
You assume safety. You assume innocence out of things that are familiar to you. And what makes it scary is finding a clever way to exploit a fragility out of something that's safe, assumed safe.
Yeah.
And there it is, baby.
Right there.
What were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say like people rely on it too much. Like there's a lot of movies where it's based somewhere spooky and it's a great concept, but then they don't do anything with it because they rely on like there's two big movies, As Above and So Below, something like that. It's about these guys who go. I think it's called like caving or spelunking in those like the underground place in Paris. What's it?
The
called? Catacombs. They go in there and like the movie's okay, but like you rely too much on like the setting. Like, oh, look how spooky it is.
Right.
And then the Suicide Forest movie. There's a suicide forest in Japan. It's very like well known.
I remember.
Yeah, it's very well known for like having a lot of suicides, and like they filmed a movie there, and like they had an idea like of a setting, but they didn't do anything with it. So it is like you have to.
There's no subversion there because you come into the movie with, it's a spooky forest.
Yeah.
It already has this reputation. There's no there's nothing to be subverted in that expectation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you went into the spooky forest and it was like, oh, it's all good. It's all
That's
fine.
true. Yeah. Like I'm sure if you've been there,
It'd be
too,
comedic.
That's a whole different.
Oh, baby!
My God, that's it right
We come
there,
full
baby.
circle, baby. Wow, so this really turned into a horror genre discussion podcast.
Yeah, you did.
But guess what? Okay, we can
That was a
spin this though.
subversion
Exactly,
of your
subversion.
expectation.
So you listeners, we have subverted your expectations and therefore made this funny. We were funny for this.
Yeah.
We are comedians for this. No, but
or horrific.
exactly right. And guess what? The choice is yours.
So quick topic before, because we're at 50 right now.
Oh wow! What the what?
Yeah.
Okay, that's crazy.
But quick. I actually, when we were talking about the Spear movie and all the fear of like water and then all that stuff, I thought of like a movie a while back, like a little cool movie idea. Well, I thought it was a cool idea. Tell me what you guys think. But like,
Is it campfire?
no, it's this. I imagine like I remember I was thinking like if some gangster wanted to like get revenge on some dude, didn't pay for money for him or something, right? Like instead of like shooting him or throwing him in like the desert, like what if he like got a plane, flew over like the ocean and just threw the guy out of the plane but gave him a parachute and said you have the choice, you can die and hit the water or you can survive and like
Just see if you
make it
or slowly.
And so I thought that would be a cool like idea.
Wow.
But like what would you do? Would you if some like I don't know, some guy had a vendetta against you and you're in a plane, he gives you a parachute and
Okay, we can turn this to would you rather? Would you rather jump and die
yeah
on impact with
I'd
the
be
water?
down to splat.
so you wouldn't pull the
Oh
chute?
no, but here's the thing though. How about this? The plane is flown at an altitude that doesn't
Yeah.
guarantee you'll die on impact.
That's a good point. Yeah,
So you
What's
might
the point of having a parachute then?
which that's guaranteed safety.
so it guarantees that you'll live through the impact.
Okay.
But there's not a guarantee that
So
you'll
would
die.
you
if
rather
don't
take
have
a
parachute.
gamble that you'll die on impact or take a gamble that you'll die
later?
in
But
the water?
it's more supposed to be like, would you rather just die from the fall and not have to worry about surviving in the ocean? Like that's
See, that makes more sense. That's a
That's the
stronger
big- you
would
see
you
what I'm
rather
saying?
for me.
But the thing is, what I'd like to do with the first option of like maybe you don't actually die, is that you would like they're actually okay.
You see what I'm saying? It's more of like the one is just death, the other. I mean, we could make it a more. Would you rather?
No, I think what you're saying is better.
See what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
like,
I think I'd rather die. I'd die instantly.
Would you die instantly, or like
Yep,
I would pull the
agreed.
shoe and see how far I can make it? But that's
No,
terrifying
man,
because
I'm
you're
a
in the
bad
middle.
swimmer.
You can't, I mean,
I can't tread water for more than like 20 minutes.
That's
Yeah.
I'm good.
yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, like, and the guy, he's just flying the plane. He's like, if I just see like open water, I'm just throwing you there. Like, so there could be an island, there could not be.
I've got no body fat, bro. I don't float.
Yeah. You'll float too.
I don't. I won't.
I haven't seen it, but
yeah, so you would pull just a random.
I would die upon impact. Oh man, that sucks, but I would just do it.
Do you die on impact?
I mean, you
Yeah.
can,
when it's high enough.
It
'Cause
like
I thought it's like.
liquefies your bones.
Oh,
dog.
it does. Okay, so I thought like you hit it and you just get knocked out.
No, it's the same. Because of the surface tension, it's like hitting concrete.
Damn.
Yeah, and it depends on how you hit it. Maybe if you're like some sort of world champion diver, then maybe you might be okay. But if you body slam the water at that speed from that height,
What if I go?
I guess when you hit terminal velocity, that's how fast you're just gonna go no matter what. But when you're going at terminal velocity, which is gonna be pretty fast,
Yeah.
and you just splat on there, yeah, you're probably gonna die pretty instantaneously.
What if I go legs? Because I can't die for shit. But
If you went legs first, I don't know.
Leg
I don't
breaks?
know. We'll
It's a
have
good
to
question.
Talk to.
Let's call up
specialist.
Mythbusters.
Let's get our
just pop.
show specialist on the line.
Who is it? Who should
I
we
can
call?
help you.
You're the show boys.
All right. Well, let's
Let me
call up.
call.
We got our friend working in the ICU, right?
Yeah.
Oh!
Meta.
So, actually, we can spin this episode in a way
Yeah.
that makes sense because this is our first October episode.
That's true. Yes. This
Oh,
is
right.
Wait, is this the first October episode?
Yeah.
So, guys, for the whole month of October, it's gonna be spoopy all around.
Yeah.
Okay, scary stuff. Send in scary questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really want to be terrified after every episode.
Yeah.
I'm pretty scared.
I'm horrified, honestly.
I like to say I'm pretty scared.
I don't want to triumph over your fearness, but I'm pretty fearful. Maybe
I'm
more fearful than all of you.
I can say I think that I've been sufficiently spooked.
Same. Same. Maybe even more.
I guess we're in agreement. Then.
Yeah. Actually, I actually would say, my level of spooked is surpassing sufficient. It's I'm getting some extraneous spookiness.
Inordinate.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Subversive a little bit.
Sarcophagus.
Those are scary too. All right, but
esophagus.
Don't even get me
Don't
started
look
on
at
esophagus.
those. Those are yucky.
They are pretty yucky.
Asparagus is pretty gross.
Yeah. Are there any other words that end with I guess?
Oedipus is a weird story.
That's pretty scary, honestly.
That's pretty weird.
Talk about subverting expectations. I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect to want to have sex with my mom. Anyway, all right, guys.
Would you rather have sex with her?
That's our episode, guys. Thank you so much for listening. This has been the Coolio Moolio Show. Send in your questions. Whatever, honestly, like whatever you want to send in. Oh, we never finished reading Kreiber's ghost story.
Oh, we never.
Oh my
did.
gosh!
We never did.
It's been a year.
Yeah, we have to read that.
Wait, we've been having the podcast for over a year now.
That's bomb-tastic. Wait, when's our? Do we?
I don't know when the anniversary was,
you
but
guys
we've
get
already
married?
passed it. We've already passed it. Yeah.
Well, when did we get married, Thaddeus? Because you always forget.
Well, you know what? We go through the same song and dance every year. All right, it doesn't
wear your
matter.
ring.
What
Don't
matters?
tell him.
So, send in questions, whatever you want, to cooliomoolioshow@gmail.com. Thank you for listening. Anything else you guys want to say before we sign off?
Thank you. Send your emails to cooliomoolioshow@gmail.com. Thank you.
Follow me at Brotiff on Twitter.
Is that with 2 F's?
Yeah, BROTIFFE.
Dude, you just got yourself a new follower.
And
That's
there we go,
weird.
guys. We'll see you next week. Have a good week. See you next Monday. Bye. Peace.
Bye.
I'm out. I'll play a beat, I guess.
That is-
First time in 4 weeks.
There's
Boom.
plenty of beat.
Go. Okay. I can't do it forever. Just go. Just go. Just go. Just go. Just go.